Section: Introduction. In this section, we explore the importance of ensuring that AI systems work reliably, especially when they are used widely in society or in critical safety systems. While AI systems are getting better on average, creating AI systems with strong performance in worst-case scenarios remains a challenge. Various AI systems, such as those for playing Go, image recognition, and language processing, can fail drastically when faced with tricky inputs. Our focus in this paper is on enhancing the robustness of superhuman Go agents, aiming to improve their worst-case performance. We believe that starting with Go can help us design more resilient AI systems in general. We think that achieving robustness in a specific domain like Go is easier than in broader tasks. Go, being a zero-sum game, allows for the possibility of being fully robust while maintaining good average performance, unlike tasks like image classification that have inherent trade-offs. Additionally, Go has been instrumental in advancing AI, leading to the development of algorithms like AlphaZero and MuZero. Previous research has identified attacks that can defeat even the best Go AIs, including KataGo. We concentrate on enhancing the robustness of KataGo by ensuring it doesn't make easily correctable mistakes and can withstand attacks from adversaries with limited resources. We explore 3 defenses to achieve this but find that all 3 are not effective. Even after implementing these defenses, adversaries can still defeat our systems and make them blunder in ways humans wouldn't. Our attempts include training KataGo with examples of known attacks, engaging in an iterative adversarial training process, and replacing the neural network backbone with a different model. Despite our efforts, none of these defenses provide a complete solution, indicating the challenge of building robust AI systems, even in specific domains like Go. While some defenses show promise in making it harder to exploit the models, there is still a long way to go in developing truly robust AI systems. Section Summary. In this section, we explore the challenge of making superhuman Go agents robust against adversarial attacks. We investigate various defense strategies, including positional adversarial training and iterated adversarial training, but find that none provide a complete solution, with adversaries able to exploit vulnerabilities even with minimal computational resources. Additionally, replacing the convolutional neural network backbone with a vision transformer does not eliminate vulnerabilities, highlighting the difficulty of achieving robustness in AI systems, especially in complex domains like Go. Section: Threat Model. In this section, we follow the threat model presented by Wang et al. In a 2-player zero-sum Markov game, the threat actor trains an adversary agent to defeat a victim agent. The threat actor can access the victim's policy network but not its weights or gradients. Our goal is to create robust agents. We introduce 3 definitions of robustness: human robust, training compute robust, and inference compute robust. These definitions focus on minimizing vulnerability to adversaries in different ways, applicable to various AI agents, including Go policies. We utilize Wang et al.'s advanced attack method for adversarial training and defense testing. The adversary is trained by playing against a frozen copy of the victim using adversarial MCTS. The adversary's moves are saved for training data. We evaluate adversaries with 600 AMCTS visits per move and train them based on previous successful adversaries. Despite KataGo's adversarial training against cyclic positions, we demonstrate that new adversaries can defeat even the strongest KataGo network. These adversaries exploit vulnerabilities in different ways, showcasing the need for robust defenses. We focus on models trained by KataGo, which started incorporating adversarial training against cyclic positions. Despite improvements in defense, adversaries could still fine-tune attacks to achieve significant win rates. We evaluate different KataGo checkpoints to assess the effectiveness of the defenses. Section Summary. In this section, we adopt the threat model from Wang et al. 2023, where a threat actor trains an adversary agent to defeat a victim agent in a 2-player zero-sum Markov game scenario. We aim to define robustness in our agents by ensuring they are human robust, have high training compute robustness, and high inference compute robustness, focusing on minimizing vulnerabilities against adversaries. To test our defenses, we utilize Wang et al.'s state-of-the-art attack method, training adversaries against increasingly stronger victims and evaluating them with 600 adversarial MCTS visits per move. Section: The Continuous Adversary. In this section, we tackle the challenge of creating a robust agent by defending against new attacks until all possible attack strategies were exhausted. Our approach involved a method called iterated adversarial training, where we alternately trained a victim and an adversary. Through this process, we developed a victim that showed resilience against known attacks, only losing a small percentage of games. However, the victim did not become immune to new attacks, as we managed to train a new adversary to exploit its weaknesses. Our methodology differed from KataGo's adversarial training in three main ways. Firstly, we implemented iterated adversarial training with multiple rounds of attack and defense to prepare against a wider range of attacks. Secondly, we included a higher proportion of adversarial games in the training data to prioritize robustness over average case capabilities. Lastly, we directly played games against the adversary instead of starting from predefined positions, making our method more scalable and not reliant on domain-specific knowledge. At iteration 5 of adversarial training, we labeled the adversary and victim as 0 Nana 5 and 0 NV 5 inches respectively. The victim was initially based on a standard victim, while the adversary was based on one trained to defeat the standard victim. Each subsequent iteration involved training the victim to withstand the latest adversary's attacks and then training a new adversary to target this strengthened victim. This process was repeated for a total of 9 iterations. The victim at iteration 5 was fine-tuned to be robust against the previous adversary, with a mix of games played against the previous adversary and self-play games. This approach aimed to enhance the victim's resilience while maintaining its Go playing abilities. Training stopped once the victim's win rate stabilized. The adversary at iteration 5 was fine-tuned using victim play with a curriculum based on the previous victim iteration. Training ceased either when the victim reached a specific visit count threshold or when a maximum compute budget was reached. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce an iterated adversarial training method where a victim and an adversary are alternately trained to enhance robustness against a variety of attacks. Despite creating a victim that was resilient to observed attacks, it did not defend against new attacks, as a new adversary was trained to exploit it. Our approach differs from KataGo's adversarial training by conducting multiple rounds of attack and defense, prioritizing robustness over average case capabilities, and playing games directly against the adversary for scalability without requiring domain-specific knowledge. Section: Results. In this section, we learned that each defender developed a defense against the simulated adversary, but did not always achieve a 100% win rate despite using a weak strategy. We tested the final victim against both the final simulated attacker and a separate validation adversary. The victim was still vulnerable to attacks but showed some protection at high visit counts, indicating that repeated adversarial training provides partial defense. When each victim used at least 16 search visits, they achieved a high win rate against the adversary they were trained against. However, they did not consistently reach a 100% win rate and remained vulnerable at very low visit counts. Both victims and adversaries could defeat opponents from previous iterations, showing that strategies transferred between them. The final victim remained vulnerable even at high visit counts, with the final simulated adversary winning 42% of the time at 65,536 visits. Despite longer training, the adversary's total training was only 26% of the victims. All adversaries exploited a cyclic group with variations in size and location, affecting defense strategies. The attack was effective not only against KataGo but also other superhuman Go AIs. Vulnerability to cyclic attacks may stem from shared properties like convolutional neural network backbones. Superhuman Go AIs with vision transformer backbones were also susceptible to cyclic attacks, indicating a common weakness in training or deep learning. Our VIT-based Go AI, VIT victim, reached near superhuman levels but remained vulnerable to the cyclic attack. This highlights the need for robust defense strategies against such attacks. Section Summary. In this section, we observed that defenders trained against simulated adversaries rarely achieved a 100% win rate, even when following weak strategies. Despite some protection gained through iterated adversarial training, victims remained vulnerable to attacks, especially at low visit counts. Additionally, we found that both victims and adversaries could beat opponents from previous iterations, with VIT-based Go AIs also being susceptible to cyclic attacks, indicating a shared vulnerability possibly due to training methods or deep learning principles. Section: Related work. In this section, we focus on being robust against adversarial policies, which are strategies aimed at causing an opponent to perform poorly. These policies provide a minimum measure of how much an agent can be exploited, compared to Nash equilibria. Previous studies have looked into adversarial policies in various games, such as a zero-sum game involving simulated humanoids trained with self-play. These studies raised the question of whether agents were vulnerable due to their limited capabilities. To delve deeper into this, we examined adversarial policies against the superhuman Go AI KataGo. Our focus on KataGo is because it is one of the most advanced open-source Go AIs available. While other superhuman open-source Go AIs like ELF OpenGo and Leela follow a similar training structure, alternative methods using multi-agent reinforcement learning show promise in terms of robustness. We also explored the use of vision transformers, VITs, in place of convolutional neural networks, CNNs, in KataGo. Our findings showed that while VITs may take longer to train and be weaker within the same budget, they exhibit potential for robustness. Although VITs may not be overall more robust than CNNs, their different learning biases could lead to different vulnerabilities. Our study revealed that VIT-based Go agents are susceptible to new attacks, with some attacks transferring seamlessly to our VIT agent. To defend against such attacks in Go, we considered three main strategies: adversarial training with constructed positions, iterated adversarial training, and using VITs instead of CNNs. While these defenses made attacks more challenging, they did not make them impossible. Humans still outperform our defenses and can execute attacks against them. Our results underscore the difficulty of defending against all possible attacks in Go, suggesting a delicate balance between offense and defense. We propose enhancing defense mechanisms by expanding the attack corpus and improving the efficiency of adversarial training. Additionally, exploring other avenues like multi-agent reinforcement learning and altering threat models could enhance robustness in AI systems beyond Go. Achieving robustness in AI systems is crucial for their safe and effective deployment in real-world applications.